Welcome to Latricia Creates. I am Latricia. In today's video, we're going to make custom bookmarks using our Cricut machine. Let's take a look at the materials we're going to use for this project. We are going to use cardstock, some tassels, our fine point blade, our standard grip Cricut mat, some adhesive, maybe some embellishments. I'm thinking about using these sequins. We'll see. A brayer. The brayer is optional. If you have a really sticky Cricut mat, you may not need a brayer. My mat is not really that sticky, so I'm going to need the brayer to make sure my cardstock sticks to the mat. And the last thing we need is a Cricut machine. I'm going to use my Cricut Maker. You use your Cricut of choice. You ready? Let's make it. I'm in Cricut Design Space. We're ready to get our project started. Let's go to the top right, click on New Project. That's going to open our canvas. Here in our canvas, what we want to do is we want to go to the left menu bar, go down to Shapes, click on Shapes, and we're going to find the rectangle. It's down here on the bottom, the second one. We're going to click on Rectangle. Next, we want to change the dimensions of the rectangle. We want our bookmark to be 2 by 6. So I'm going to click here to unlock it so we can change the dimensions. You can also change the lock by clicking up here. So I'm going to change the dimensions to 2 inches wide by 6 inches in height. Now I want to duplicate it, so I'm going to go over to the right to the layers panel, go down to duplicate and duplicate it. For the duplicated copy, I want to make it 1.75 by 5.75, which will give us a nice 1/4 inch border. So I'm going to unlock this one, change the dimensions, 1.75 by 5.75. Next, we want to find an image for our bookmark. I want to get a flower, so we're going to go over to the left menu again, go down to Images. In the search box, I'm going to type in the word flowers, press enter, and look for a nice flower. I think I like this green flower here. I'm going to click on the flower, go down to the right, click on Add to Canvas. Now I want to take the flower and put it on the inner portion of the bookmark, change the dimensions. I'm going to go to these arrows that's going up and down, and I'm going to drag the arrow to make the flower approximately the size that I like. I think this size might be good. I want to have 3 flowers going in a row. I think this is a good size. So I'm going to duplicate this flower twice. Okay, that looks good to me. Now what I want to do is I want to align these flowers so that they're straight and they're evenly distributed. So I'm going to click on the flower. I'm going to hold the Shift key, and I'm going to click on the other 2. I'm going to go up to the top menu, click on Align, click the drop down, and I want to center horizontally. And then after I center it horizontally, I want to go down and distribute vertically. Now they should be evenly distributed. Next, I want to weld them together. Go down to the right in the layers panel, click on Weld at the bottom, weld them together. So what Weld does, it makes it into one. So now that the 3 flowers are basically one image, I'm going to click on them, and I'm also going to click on this bookmark. Now what I want to do is I want to cut the flowers out of the bookmark. So I'm going to go back to the layers panel to the bottom, and I'm going to click Slice. and slice is going to cut the flowers out. Now the flowers are cut out. I'm going to go ahead and delete the flowers. The last thing to do for the bookmark is to put the little circle so that we can have a hole for the tassel. So we're going to go back to the left menu, click on Shapes, grab the circle, change the dimension of the circle. I like my circle to be small, so I want it to be 0.125. So I'm going to change it to 0.125 in diameter. I'm going to change the color of the circle so that it's easier for me to see. I'm going to align the two bookmarks so that I can put the circle on both of them. Go here and I'm going to center. Put it about right there. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to grab the circle, push Shift, grab the inner bookmark, and slice the circle out. I'm going to hit slice. Got one done. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab the circle, the outer bookmark, and I'm going to hit slice again. Now I have the hole in both bookmarks. I can get rid of the circle. Our bookmark is all ready. Let me arrange this by moving this to the back. And we can change the color just to take a look at it. Okay, so there's our first bookmark. I like it. Now I'm going to move this one to the side and we're going to work on our second bookmark. Our second bookmark is going to be a personalized bookmark. I'm going to put my name on this bookmark. I'm going to go back over to Shapes. I'm going to find a shape. This time I'm going to use the oval. Click on oval. I want the dimensions to be the same. 2 inches wide, 6 inches tall. So I'm going to unlock it. Change the dimensions. Width 2, height 6. Duplicate it. Change the dimensions. 1.75 by 5.75. Now I'm going to go to the left menu and I'm going to click on the text box. I'm going to go find the font that I want. So in order to find the correct font, what I want to do is go up to the top left where it says font and click on the drop down menu. And I know what font I want, so I'm going to type it in the search. The font I want is called DTC Bikini Babe. So I'm going to type in DTC Bikini Babe. I'm going to click on this font and I'm going to type my name here. I'm going to move it over. Now when you have cursive fonts, they need to be welded together so that they're not cut out separately. So now what I want to do is I want to weld these letters together. So I'm going to go down to the layers panel, go down to the bottom and click on weld. Now they're all welded together. As you can see, it cut out the little hole that was in the A, and that's fine because I'm going to use my embellishments on this. So what I want to do is make sure that I cut it out of the other one. So I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to go to the layers panel to the bottom right and I'm going to click on contour and I'm going to hide the little hole for the A. Now both A's look just alike. I'm going to change the color and I'm going to move it to the inner portion of the bookmark, and I'm going to rotate it. Now, I can either rotate it with this little rotate handle here, or I can rotate it by typing in a number up here. I'm going to type in the number and rotate it 270 degrees. And now I want to get it centered. So I'm going to highlight both of these, go to the Align panel, and click on Center. Now that it's centered, it's ready to go. All I need to do now is put the hole in for the tassel. I need to grab a circle. If I'd have thought about it, I would have held on to that circle, but I didn't, so we're starting over. Grab a circle. I want to change the dimensions to 0.125. Change the color so I can see it. Align these two. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice my name out of here. So I'm going to go here and click on Slice. Okay, now that I've done that, delete that, don't need that anymore. Now I'm going to align these two. Highlight them both, click on Align, Align Center, grab the circle, bring it over, place it where I want it. Highlight all these because it seemed to have fallen to the back. So I need to go to Arrange and send to the back. Send to the back. Now I want to grab the circle, Shift, grab this inner one, click on Align, center horizontally, and slice. Got the first hole. And slice. Our second bookmark is complete. Let's change the color. There we have 2 bookmarks. Now we're ready for our last and final bookmark. This time we're not going to make the bookmark from scratch. This time we're going to go back to Images and we're going to find a bookmark. I like this one. I'm going to grab this one, add to Canvas, unlock it to change the dimensions, 2 inches wide, 6 inches in height, and there we have our bookmark. I'm going to grab text and an image for this one. So let's go to Images. I want to find a book. I like this one. I'm going to grab that one, click on it, add it to Canvas, bring it down to the bottom where I want it, and resize it. Now I'm going to grab the text, click on the text box, go up to Font, click on the drop down menu. The font I want to use for this is called Peach Cake. So I'm going to search Peach Cake. And here it is. Click on the font. And now I'm going to type the words eat, sleep, read, repeat. looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to center this. I'm going to center this horizontally. Now they're both centered. Now I'm going to slice. Well, before I slice, I need to weld. I need to weld these two together because you can only slice 2 layers. You can't slice all 3. So I want to put these 2 together and weld them. Now that they're welded, they're one. Now I can slice them at the same time. Very cool. Well, look what that did to the bookmark. It took away the little hoop. What we're going to do is we're going to go back into shapes and we're going to find that shape. Now that shape is included with the access subscription. That looks good enough to me. I'm going to group it. Actually, I'm going to attach it because it needs to be attached in order to cut out in the right place on the mat. So now that that's attached, there's our final bookmark. I'm going to delete this. Now we're ready to make it. We're going to go up to the top right, click on Make It. We're going to click on Mat, 12 by 12, click Continue. Now I'm going to move the bookmark down just a little bit. Press Continue. I'm going to select 100-pound cardstock as my material. I'm going to leave it on default. I've already loaded the fine point blade, and now I'm ready to prepare my mat for cutting. I'm back at the craft table. Now I'm ready to put the cardstock onto the mat and load the mat into the machine. I've already taken the bookmarks off of the mat and weeded them off camera. Now I'm ready for assembly. I have 3 pink sequins that I'm going to use for one of the bookmarks. And I think the sequins are too big for the name bookmark. So I decided that I'm going to put these 2 little AB crystal rhinestones on the bookmark. Finish them up off camera and I'll be right back. All 3 bookmarks are now complete. Let's take a closer look at each of the bookmarks. And before I close out, I just want to say you can use any type of cardstock, any color, any weight. On this one, I used glitter cardstock, which was 85 pounds, and the pink was 65 pounds, so this one is kind of lightweight. On this one, I used 85-pound cardstock. It's a little heavier than that one, but it's still kind of lightweight. And lastly, on the black and green one, I used 110-pound cardstock for the black and 100-pound cardstock for the green polka dot. And this is the most sturdy of the 3 bookmarks. I really like all of them, but I like this one the best. And I think this one is going to last the longest. Let me know which one you like the best in the comments below. I hope you got something out of this video. I appreciate you watching. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, keep creating.